another Sharm el-Sheikh is going to wait for him.
Absolutely.
And this is not fair on your own Prime Minister.
Not fair on him.
This is not fair on the dialogue.
Not fair on the people, not fair on the region.
You think every time there's a dialogue...
Unfair with South Asia. India is losing its eminence in South Asia because of such traits and such kind of character.
Sir, this is all fine, but what about Rahman Malik? Who is Rahman Malik being fair to?
We expect much better. We expect much better from India.
What did Rahman Malik say?
What did Rahman
Malik say? Rahman Malik has just stated... Now Rahman Malik has only stated a fact that the person has been sentenced to be hanged. So go ahead and hang him. I mean, he didn't say anything, which is out of the ordinary. I mean, I don't know why you're making so much out of what statement he made, and you are just ignoring totally what has been said by your own Prime Minister.
No, sir. I am simply telling you tonight, sir. I'm afraid I'll have to again come in and rebut Mr. Ilaili. It seems to be all of you are. I will have to remind you, sir, of what Rahman Malik said when Home Minister Chidambaram had asked for action. He told him, and I quote him, "You will not be disappointed with our response." If the response was hang Kasab, then we are extremely disappointed.
I don't think India should be disappointed. The Pakistani government has gone over its people to give the MFN status to India. I think this would not have been given if the government and the people and the establishment had not felt that we need to change the paradigm in South Asia. Unless you are unwilling to change the paradigm, unfortunately, we will continue to live in the way that we've lived for the last 64 years. This is a choice for you and us to make here. Can do we want to move the region forward, or do we want to keep it stagnated and stalled wherever it has been?
Yes, Mr. Ilaili. Yes, Mr. Ilaili. Please don't expect any action on 26/11.
No, please don't make the mistake. Please don't make the mistake of giving these terrorists, allowing them to hijack the agenda between India and Pakistan. That's what they want. They want us at war. They want to queer the pitch. That means they get stronger. Now, I agree with you. No crime committed, and a bloody crime, should anybody be able to get away with it. I also agree with you that court procedures are dilatory, and perhaps you are also right. The kind of action that you wanted is not happening. But let me tell you that these people now are a bigger danger to us. They are a bigger danger to us than they are to you. Maximum they can do to you is they can do this kind of terrorism and kill innocent people. In our case, every day they are planning horrendous acts which not only take into account innocent people, but strategic. There's a strategic dimension to it. So, if you want to continue to procrastinate and hold back and say that until you do this, we don't believe anything, which mercifully your Prime Minister does not believe, and therefore we salute him.
It was the Pakistani I have a series of comments where the promise to act against these people has been kept there. I understand what you are saying today. Do not expect that to happen. Move on other things. Don't hold it hostage to 26/11. I'm only putting a point of view. A large part of India wants resolution on 26/11 before moving on the rest of the process. But yes, Maruf wanted to come in. Quick last words here tonight. Yes, interesting debate.
All I want to say to all the three distinguished guests from Pakistan is that I think we need to ask ourselves hand on heart that does Mr. Jilani have the political clout to deliver, even if he shares the optimism of Dr. Manmohan Singh, which is limited to not entirely Dr. Manmohan Singh and the entire cabinet, but limited to a handful of people. Does he have the full backing of the army to tone down the tension vis-a-vis India?
Arnab, all of us want good relations with Pakistan. We want to move on whatever we can move. But that does not mean that the price you pay is to stand up in public and push the 26/11 issue away. We realize that Pakistan has limitations, but pushing it under the carpet is a problem.
Yes, Tariq Azim.
It is, can I just finally say a word, please? It is ironic it should come on a day when the Chief Minister of Kashmir Umar Abdullah wants army to move out of certain areas, and army is refusing to do that. An elected chief minister of Kashmir, he wants to ask army to do something, and army is not taking any advice from him, refusing to do that.
And you're telling us, that the Indian army is a very disciplined force. It will do whatever the center decides. The central government has to decide. So you're misquoting the Indian army, sir. That's
Please understand. Please understand, none of your Pakistani guests in this, none of your Pakistani guests in this discussion has ever brought up the fact that the discovery of 2,000 people killed, found in graves in Indian-held Kashmir. We have not brought up the Kashmir issue. The Air Marshal referred to it briefly, because we know it doesn't need to be said that that's a matter that also requires to be settled. But we want to move on, build confidence, bring the countries together, whereby we can then sit down and say, let's also address these issues. I mean, if you keep on harping back and keep on expecting us not to respond and not to say, where are the killers of those 2,000 people? Where are the killers of the 88,000 women who were raped in Kashmir by the Indian army? We have not done that. We are not doing that in every conversation.
Sir, I'm only saying there are 5 people.
And the terrorism that goes on in Balochistan. Every day when these young kids are taken away from Balochistan, taken to New Delhi,
Shahid Jamil and Hamad Amin.
To fight,
we need to know.
The forces
That's
in Balochistan.
all.
I was saying that we are not even
discussion is on
prepared to listen to other side at all.
Arnab, may I come in?
Quick last word from Leela Ponappa tonight. Yes.
Well, I think this discussion has very clearly shown us that despite the attempts to move forward in areas where it might be possible, perhaps on trade, perhaps on people and people exchanges, the message that we get from our Pakistani friends is forget the past. Now, if you call putting Mumbai into the category of the past, and it really indicates a total bypassing of the very current, clear and present danger that terrorism poses to India, to Pakistan, and from Pakistan to the rest of the world. So the fact that there is this dismay in India, that there is no satisfaction yet, not just on 26/11 but on many earlier cases, that Hafiz Saeed and his cohorts go through Pakistan holding public discussions spewing venom at India. None of this serves to create the confidence. We are very cognizant of the realities in Pakistan, and the Prime Minister came under a lot of criticism for calling Prime Minister Gilani a man of peace. That's a personal opinion, and I think we need to respect that. But the point that Maruf had raised is, can the Pakistan Prime Minister deliver? This is the Prime Minister who committed to Prime Minister Manmohan Singh that the DG of the ISI would come to India shortly after 26/11 happened. The decision was taken, it was announced, it was then rescinded, Pakistan went back on its word. Earlier, the same Prime Minister tried to bring the ISI under...
You're absolutely wrong in this.
I never said that. Shehzad Chaudhary says he never said that. But Shehzad Chaudhary,
let me finish.
You're talking about Hafiz Saeed.
Let me finish.
Can we say the same thing about... Can we say the same thing about Bal Thackeray? Can we say about Bal Thackeray? Bal Thackeray every day, he would not allow Pakistan cricketers to even play a game in Maharashtra. Can we say the same thing about Bal Thackeray?
May I finish?
Can you stop him making...
The DG ISI was supposed to come to India after 26/11.
You see, I must say this. I must say this. I must say this, gentlemen. I think there is a positive side. Leela.
The decision was announced.
Leela Ponappa.
The decision was announced and...
Miss Ponappa, there's a positive side. I look at it positively. To my esteemed guests from Pakistan, I think Mr. Azim, I think it's very positive that all of us want to move forward, including you. Everyone, from Karachi to Islamabad, they want to move forward, but how? You're telling us, forget 26/11, don't obsess on 26/11.
Issues, including terrorism.
Can I just say a few words, please? You were mentioning Hafiz Saeed go around spreading venom through his speeches. We can say the same thing about Bal Thackeray. He would not allow even Pakistani cricketers to come and play a decent match in Maharashtra. Now, what do we say about that?
Hafiz Saeed is the founder of the
We can talk about
terrorism in Pakistan.
We are talking about the masterminds of the Mumbai attack. And without wanting to get caught in any rhetoric. Without any rhetoric, there is a judicial process on against these people. Tonight, Shehzad Chaudhary, all I'm saying is that people of India are asking, do you expect us to limit this to Kasab? Do you expect us to believe
Arnab, let me just say here. Let me just say here, people of Kashmir are asking, people of Pakistan are asking, people of South Asia are asking. Let's, for God's sake, grow up. We need to grow up beyond what we have reached 64 years. Unless and until we begin to look at the big picture, we begin to see where we are heading for the future. Kashmir is in a terrible situation. I mean, how can we just simply forget about it? Look at South Asia. I mean, the Pakistan and India are holding SARC back. There are groups within our people, there are opinion makers within our nations who hold Pakistan and India back. We need to break free from these shackles and take the people forward, for God's sake. All these terrorism is a joint skeleton in your cupboard as well as Pakistan's cupboard. For God's sake, accept the fact. We can't just exchange barbs. We need to move forward and say, how do we handle this problem now that we lived with it for the last 35, 40 years? You created the LTTE and sent it to Sri Lanka. That is where you taught the world how to do what you did. And for God's sake, let's move on. Kashmir is a big problem. If people of Pakistan were to just simply hold on to Kashmir, it will become absolutely impossible for this region to move forward. You have the largest segment of poor people in the world. For God's sake, respect their poverty and do something about it. I mean, you have great intelligence in India, and you got all these great opinion makers. I think we need to move forward.
I absolutely think we need to move forward. Only thing, we need a clear answer. Don't keep the 2611 case in limbo. If it's not going to move forward, then I think the people of India need at least to be respectfully told that I'm sorry, we are not going to
resolve 2611.
And then let's see where the political process
together
goes.
to resolve 2611.
It can't be in limbo. It cannot be in limbo.
We can move forward if we can stop dictating terms. We can move forward.
There are no deliverables. Let everybody know in India, there are no deliverables. All deliverables will be reached together, mutually cooperative mechanisms. That is what will give us the deliverables, which will be equally beneficial to both sides.
Well, I think we're hearing different points of view loud and clear. At the very end, I want to say one thing. The best thing is that there is a spirit of dialogue between all of us. And I appreciate and respect. We don't agree on many views tonight. Tariq Azim, Shehzad Chaudhary and Mr. Hilali, I know that we and all our Indian panelists don't agree with you on many things, but we respect you for your opinion and you have every right to say it, and I'm grateful that you've come on the News Hour tonight. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.